It is hard to believe that the world's beloved Kevin Mccallister's character, Macaulay Culkin, is already an adult, as we all see the 9-year-old Culkin every Christmas Eve on our screens. In today's episode of ArgamBlog, I will present to you some exciting facts about Culkin's most famous movie, Home Alone. The movie is about a boy whose parents leave him alone at home during the holiday trip to Paris. The boy's sagacity and wisdom help him come out of the desperate situation. The boy was a bit scared, but he was rebellious and brave. There are also two reaver men in the movie that continuously want to oppose the boy's persistence, which they always happen to fail. So here we go, the most exciting facts about Home Alone. Please hit the like button and also subscribe to keep notified of the videos I post. John Hughes wrote the entire script of Home Alone in only 9 days. The director of Home Alone has met over 200 children during the casting period. The glass Christmas tree ornaments that Marvin stands on actually were made of candy. Although in the scene where Stern had to be barefoot, he had a rubber layer covering underneath his feet. The house where Kevin's family lived was situated at 671 Lincoln Avenue, Winnetka, Illinois, in a rich neighborhood. The 3-story house was put for sale at $2.4 million. It was sold in 2012 at a price of around $1.8 million. Today, the house is used as a tourist attraction. Some people were sure they spotted Elvis Presley in one of the scenes, who was actually dead way back in 1977. The fans that did not believe in Elvis's death insisted that the man seen in the airport scene was actually the king of rock and roll. Initially, for one of the Roberts roles, Robert De Niro and John Lovitz were invited, and only after their denial, Harry Lim was approved. But as he was not used to family sets, he cursed a lot during the shootings of the movie. The treehouse in the backyard was specifically built for Home Alone, but it was removed right after the end of the shootings. One day, Joe Pesci in one of the scenes actually hurt his little colleague. It happened in the scene where the robbers hung Kevin from the door hanger, and Harry said, "I'm gonna bite all his fingers one by one." You would not believe it, but the actor bit Macaulay's fingers to the point where they started bleeding. The mark of which is still seen on Macaulay's finger.
I don't think he did it on purpose. He bit me. And I think he just meant to put his teeth on my finger, but he bit down a little harder than he thought. And I have a little Joe Pesci tooth mark scar right here on my finger.
Although we tried to rough up Macaulay as much as we could because that was our best shot at him,
The tarantula in the Daniel Stern scene on his face was actually a real one. The most interesting though is that the actor had to play emotions of extreme fear and screams without making an actual noise, which could have scared the tarantula and had a deadly effect. The scene was successful from the first take, and the audio was recorded later on. Stern agreed to shoot for the scene only once. Donald J. Trump was shot in Home Alone 2. He later mentioned that it was an honor for him to take part in the making of the movie. Every year, a lot of people would talk about it, especially on Christmas Eve. Children would often tell me that they had seen me in the movie. They won't usually see me on a movie like that, as they saw me in that movie. Trump confessed it was a good movie, especially since he was younger at the time. Later he added, "It was an honor for me to do that." The picture that Kevin finds of his brother's girlfriend was actually a picture of a boy. The boy in the picture is the son of the artistic director of the movie, but with an obvious makeup application. The director of the film did not want any girl to feel bad about their looks. In 2012, doctors announced that if the injuries that Harry and Marvin got in the movie were to be real, they would have been dead. Macaulay was not the only Culkin in the movie. His little brother, Kieran, was playing Kevin's cousin Fuller, who was famous for wetting his pants. Because of his packed schedule, John Candy was able to be on set for only one day. All the scenes with him were shot for 23 hours, and the story about his lost son was just improvisation. Michael Jackson once visited the Home Alone set. Macaulay and Jackson were actually friends in real life. The latter is actually godfather for Jackson's two kids. One can see the director's family members in the movie as well. His wife Monica played the role of the flight attendant that informed Kathy that their home phone did not answer. His father-in-law played a policeman, and his mother-in-law was sitting in front row with her little daughter in a plane flying to Paris. Culkin drew the map of the traps all by himself. Old Marley is one of the most important characters in the film, but in reality he was not included in the initial script of the movie. Surprisingly enough, the official movie poster of Home Alone reminds Edvard Munch's famous painting, The Scream. The Talk Boy brand recorder was actually a single-use requisite which was specifically created for the movie, but it gained such a popularity among the fans that in a few years the toy could be seen in the stores. The movie became the highest-grossing film of 1990 and earned a Guinness World Record as the highest-grossing live-action comedy ever domestically, around $533 million. None of the actors and the crew believed that the movie would be successful, but the first part of the movie alone had about $476 million in revenue worldwide, and for 12 consecutive weeks was the #1 movie screened in the movie theaters. Jeffrey Weissman, who was initially cast for Kevin's role, embodied the curious neighbor's role. Today we'll laugh at the scenes in which the robbers Harry and Marvy fall down the stairs, get heavy metal objects fall on their heads, or get a grasp of a heated door handle. But as the director says, all of that was not as funny as it may seem. Every time the stuntman would try this or that trick, it was surely not a funny scene. We would look at them praying so that they would stay alive. In the set of Home Alone, the stuntman would face great difficulties every day, as at the time there were no special computer effects that would make their work much easier. Pesci and Stern also had difficult times when filming, as some of the scenes were no escape for their faces. The stuntmen were unable to replace them in those scenes. The final part of Home Alone was initially different from the one we got to see. It was thought to end with a scene in a jail where Harry and Marvy were watching Angels with Filthy Souls. That's it for today. I'm Argam Ustian and you were on my English YouTube channel. If you liked the video, please hit the like button below, as well as subscribe to be the first to watch my exciting and interesting videos.